Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Vanessa Rath here, and I'm looking forward to doing another training session with you. Today's session, we are looking at image searches and Chrome extensions that will help you to be a better recruiter of talent, because that's what it's all about. It's all about finding talent that nobody else is finding to put in front of your clients that they just cannot refuse. So let's get started. So first of all, let's have a look at image searches and how we can use emojis. Now, if you have a look at this board of emojis, they really helpfully differentiated into gender profiles. So if you have a look, you've got a police woman and you have a policeman. You have a female construction worker and you have a male construction worker. So this really helps us with our searches. So if you're looking, for example, for women in tech, there is an emoji there for a woman technologist. Now, how do we use these when it comes to searching? So what I've done is I've set up a very simple Boolean search string that I am going to use to X-ray into Twitter this time. Now you can also run X-ray searches into Facebook, into LinkedIn, into Instagram. And what I've used here is I've used the snake emoji, which is the emoji really associated with people who are Python developers or Python coders. So if you have a look at that search string, I've put in developer or programmer, I have the snake in there, the Python, and you can see all of my results are suddenly coming up with Python developers. Now, the nice thing about this is that I haven't even had to mention the word Python, and that's what a lot of people aren't doing on their profiles anymore. Instead of mentioning the word Python, they are literally leaving out the keywords that we are searching for and using emojis. So this is going to help us to reveal a whole lot of candidates that think that they are smarter than us. So other emojis that you can think of using, if you're looking for anyone with cloud experience, find people who've got the cloud symbol, a cloud architect, and so on and so forth. Start paying attention to the emojis that people are using on their profiles, and you can use those in your searches. So the next thing that I want to have a look at over here is a very good interface that sits on top of Google, and it's called Face Search. And how this works is you put your keywords into the Face Search search engine. Search is spelled like that with an E after, or the A before the E, so it isn't a typo. And what you'll see is pops up, the results are all people's faces. So the Face Search engine actually will show your results of people's faces. Again, this is wonderful from a DE&I perspective. If you're looking for people from a different gender group, different racial group, different demographic. Another thing that Face Search really helps me with is it helps me to identify different platforms that I can use to go and source talent on. Right, so before we move on to Chrome extensions, I want to just talk to you a little bit about Chrome extensions and how we use them. So in recruiting, I use two sets of Chrome extensions. So the first set of Chrome extensions is to find contact details. So this is normally an email address, but often these days you're getting a phone number of candidates. They're really great for this. I don't think that they're hugely expensive, so always go and have a look at the costing. They're much cheaper than subscribing to job boards or LinkedIn or things like that. Now, the second set of Chrome extensions are helpful extensions that just make our lives easier as sources. They do nifty little things to help us be a little bit more efficient around our laptops. But before we get onto Chrome extensions, I really just want to highlight that Google is for free and Google is a fantastic search engine. And I encourage you to go and try and find what you are looking for on a Google search before you go and spend a fortune on Chrome extensions. So the first thing that I would recommend is go and Google yourself. When was the last time you did that? Put yourself into quotation marks, because this is exactly what your candidates are doing to you. What are they finding out about you before you even step into an interview with them? So that is the first bit of advice. The second bit of advice is that if you are really good at your Boolean and you understand it and you've been working hard on it, you understand that if you put a good Boolean search string into Google, you will yield really good results. So for example, I put the names into quotation marks because I didn't want Google to try and change them or change the format or be smart and say, I'm going to look for something else. And you can see here straight away, I have got good results of finding Angela, who's a friend of mine's, email address. So you can use Google a lot of the time in order to be able to find email addresses. Now, another way to find personal email addresses is to use another search string. So the pipe symbol, what I've used here, can actually be used to replace the OR function in a Boolean search string. And this is to find personal email addresses. So often what you'll do is you'll find them sitting on a Gmail account or Outlook or iCloud or Yahoo. These are the most common, the most popular, and you will find them linked to some platform. Again, searching on Google is completely for free, and it is really super easy, easier than you think, to find people's contact details. You can actually even use this to find people's phone numbers. Like this search over here, whenever anyone sells anything online, on Gumtree or whatever the platform might be, eBay, they generally put in a phone number. So if you mention call me or contact me, that normally links to a page on their website. And from there, you can often track down people's phone numbers. So give it a bash, see how you go before you start spending money on tools that maybe you don't necessarily need. Another good website that I just want to leave with you is emailformat.com. If you go here, you can go and put in anyone's domain name. You just need to figure out what it is, and it will give you the format of the emails of the people who work at that organization. Now, if you do want to download some Chrome extensions to use to find email addresses, these are the ones that I recommend. They work on what's called a freemium basis. So they're going to give you a couple of credits. Then when those credits expire, then they'll usually refresh in 30 days. So if you download a couple of them, hopefully you won't have to end up paying. But all of these do have a paid option. Again, they're not hugely expensive. These are the ones that I would recommend, because we have to be careful with Chrome extensions, because not all of them play nicely with LinkedIn. And the last thing I want you to do is to end up in LinkedIn jail. So I would recommend Contact Out, Lucia, Rocket Reach, and Kendo. See how you go with those to start with. There are others, but these are the ones that are pretty stable and up to date. Some other Chrome extensions that will help you just from a general sourcing kind of perspective. Grammarly is a great app. So what you can do is you can download this extension, put it onto your Chrome browser. It works everywhere. So if you're going to be posting on LinkedIn or sending out a tweet or whatever it might be. The other thing that I really recommend with Grammarly is to install it onto your email system. So whether you're using the G Suite of products or Outlook, put Grammarly on there. It's really helpful. It even tells you the tone of the email that you are sending out. And then my second favorite Chrome extension that I use to help me when sourcing is one called Link Control. And how this works is it will change the color of the link of all of the profiles that you have opened. Because we know what it's like when you're looking at a lot of profiles, you're doing a lot of sourcing, you tend to keep opening the same profiles. Now, the difficulty with that is it's such a time waster. So what Link Control does is it changes the color, and it will change it for forever. So Google will do it, but as soon as you reboot, Google will often forget where you have visited. Link Control will stay the same color the whole time. So you don't have to go back to unnecessary profiles. So that's all from me today on this session. Here are my details. Please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. You can scan the QR code for more information. And if you'd like to know more about training, definitely pop me a message. I'd love to chat with you soon. Stay in touch. Have a good day.